Welcome to the Between Brothers podcast. The Chancellor Zero in the building. The Duke of Debonairness, Lando in the building. Zero, how was your week?
Week was pretty standard. It was pretty all right. Um, yeah, just work. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, nothing too special. Except I've been having this issue at work that it seems like with us not how do I when our since our numbers went down, well, number of people that have been working there went down. I can't seem to get 100% on nothing. Like I could Friday Friday was my best day to get 100% completion. I get to the last stop. We've been trying to cancel all day. Like like come on, yo. All day? I showed up around 4:30. All day? It's like now the lady showed that she tried to cancel, but she only did it once. And that was the day before. So there's no reason to lie. He was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that you wasted your time." It was like the text even said that it didn't go through. So what did you try? But you know, of course, watch the Jaguars lose today. That was pretty hard. That was they fought. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like act like this was they lost 30-0 or something like that. So, but other than that, nothing much.
This week, I had to go to a different gym um, over over maintenance week at the rec center. That's normally where I go. But I went to this place called One Life Fitness. I have a membership there. I usually go there on weekends. To be honest, I probably should cancel it. I probably should have canceled it because I pay a lot of money to only use it maybe 1 or 2 days a week. But I have some of the equipment I like when I'm not doing my normal stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna continue it next year, but I'm at least gonna finish the year out with it. But so I go into the locker room, take a shower, head to the gym or head to the job. But on some real junk, white men with gray hair are menaces to every locker room in America. Why do I say that? Because for some reason they have no shame and just be walking around here butt naked. Like butt naked. So the last time I went there, I had to check somebody. But I'm leaning up to this. So I pull up, take a shower, get out the shower, got underwear on, and dry myself off in the shower. Underwear on, put the underwear on, put the slippers back on, towel is over my shoulders. I'm walking. Hit the corner, and there's a guy who's always in there cleaning the locker room, and I feel bad for him the most because he got to see these naked white men in the locker room just dingalings out. Ding-a-ling's out for no apparent reason just to have him out. So I'm like, but the first thing I see, I hit the corner. First thing I see is this white gentleman, cheeks out on the scale. I'm like, I'm not using that scale ever again. Here's the funny thing about that. It's not like he was humping the scale or something. He's just standing on the scale naked. Like, I was standing on the whole scale naked, so I don't know why he was standing on the scale naked, but he's standing on the scale just butt naked. A public scale. Feet, bare feet on the scale. Meat out on the scale. Cheeks out on the scale. Come on, dog. So I saw that. I went there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No, I didn't go Thursday, Friday. So I the last time I went there though. No, not the last time, second to last time. I hit the locker, do my thing. I don't see notes. I see I don't see nobody, standing there, whatever. But again, new Caucasian male. Reason, and everybody who might be wondering why I know it's a different Caucasian male, he was bald. Not because I was examining his cheeks. He was a bald-headed white man. So it was butt naked on the scale. So this is not just the first white guy. This is multiple offenders of public scale etiquette. All right. So I go, whatever. You know what? I hope it's the last. I hope it's the last time I see it. So, but this isn't like a one life thing. It's a locker room thing. Like no matter where I go, there's older white men doing this, being menaces to society. So I'm getting dressed or whatever. Again, I got the underwear on at the shower, so I'm not out here butt naked. There's this older white man pull up, take his towel off, naked. So I'm like, all right, come on, dog. So I'm like, all right, I turn around so I don't gotta see him. But I didn't realize when I turn around, there's a mirror right there. So now, but I'm like, my body is blocking, so I can't see something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, we good. Because I can't, it's not like there's nowhere else to turn. There's nowhere else to turn. So I turn around, and then this guy gonna turn around with his meat out facing my back. So now I'm mad. Now I'm pissed off. And I was like, yo, hey man, what you doing, man? And he's like, what? And then now he don't even try to cover up. He don't even try to be like, so I'm like, yo, like, why you turn towards me with your meat out? And he was like, it's a locker room. I said, it ain't that kind of locker room. What do you mean? I was like, no, wrap yourself up with a towel, man. Nobody wants you. I don't need you facing my back with your meat out, dog. Like, what's going on? He was like, what, you never showered in a locker room before? No, and it's so funny because when you see it's not like there's not black men who take showers in. But they do, I've seen 3 black dudes take showers there. They all do the same thing I do. Underwear at the shower. They come out the shower joint with the underwear on. But for some reason, these elderly white men like to have their meats out.
It's like,
this ain't Arby's. You don't have the meats. So I was traumatized this week because I had a short old white man, and I'm like, dog, you ain't have to go west. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could go east. You can, but no, you want to face my direction. You ain't face that direction. You ain't face north, south. There's 4 directions, and you want to face my direction. You want to face one direction like I'm Harry Styles or something.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Remember when we went to Roy Wilkins and it was the
Yeah.
first time we had to go to the pool
Uh-huh.
and and they were like and they wanted us to change into our trunks. And me and you were the only ones that didn't want to do that shit in front of everybody else. And the counselors was like, y'all all got the same thing. I don't remember who said it, but it was like, that don't mean I want to see everybody else's thing either. It was like, just because he's like, we all got the same thing, so that don't mean I want to see your thing. That
I don't want to see nobody's thing. And you know, like I said, when you're involved in sports, like it's not like you don't see it, but it's like, nah, I'm not trying to see it. And it's always older Caucasian men. What are you doing? Why are you on the scale naked? And
looking
again,
like Hank Hill.
if you're gonna be naked, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you don't face another man's back. That is like it was so much. I don't like, people, homophobic, whatever. I don't care. I don't want no meat facing my back, man. Don't want no, I don't care. I don't care if it's beef, turkey, steak. No meat need to be behind me, is what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
My man out here, like, just like, why did he have to face my direction? He could have took his towel off and faced the direction of the locker. We would have been cool. But no, he didn't turn my way.
Wait. So he turned toward you, then dropped his towel.
No, I don't know when he dropped the towel. I don't know. I don't know exactly when he dropped the towel. I know he took the towel off. I know he took the towel off. No, I'm sorry. He didn't take the towel off. When he came around the corner, no towel. Like, he came around the corner naked. Nothing. Even got his feet on the floor. Just feet. No foot protection. Like it was his house.
That's the problem. You too comfortable wherever you go.
You too being Caucasian is a crazy. Like, that's white privilege there. When you so privileged, you think you just walk around a public locker room like it's yours with your meat out and facing niggas' backs. You facing backs with your meat out, man. What you doing?
It'd been worse if he tapped you on your shoulder.
Oh, bro, I would have been. We wouldn't be doing this podcast because I would have assaulted son, yo. Don't touch me, dog. You touching me with your meat out? You touching me with your meat? Oh, you asking for it? You asking for this? You asking for a Kamehameha wave type of assault?
That's
Yo,
great.
they would have been calling. Matter of fact, I was watching Gundam Wing today. They would have been calling me Troa, the heavy artillery. The heavy arms would have been laid on son. You actually, can you fight a dude with his meat out? Is that like, can you? Would
No.
you?
You can. You can't grapple a
Yo,
dude.
what if he grabbed you though? He gotta die.
No, you got.
What
That's
if he
why
reach? What if he
no,
reached like?
you got. Yo, you gotta keep the distance with that jab.
Yo, no, man, because the joint was, you know what I'm saying? I'm here, dog. Like, I ain't. I, I would have been stuck. I ain't had no, because the bench go all the way to the wall, so you can't got to step over the bench. So you trapped. You trapped there, man. I gotta put him down. I gotta euthanize something.
Wait, so he faced you he faced you with
Yeah.
his meat with his meat. So he faced you with his meat pointed towards your back with a bench. Yo,
With
he yo
there's a
he
bench
had
next.
ulterior motives.
Yo, because I'm and the funny thing, I ain't look like I didn't turn around and look at him the whole time. I'm talking to son in the mirror. I'm like, yo, man, what's your problem, man? Just imagine that. You don't even know he talk. He didn't even really know how to talk to him at first.
You thought you were doing self motivation.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, you. Why you facing my direction with your meat out? And there was two white dudes in the on the other side dying, dying laughing, yo. Like, they must have been like, yo, this Negro here, yo, these, oh man, dude, two white dudes over there dying, man. I was like, man, he ended up grabbing his stuff, or he ended up wrapping himself up, or he put his underwear on. He was like, how it ended was he put his underwear on. And he was like, okay, you can turn around. The issue wasn't me being turned around. It was the direction you turned around didn't matter. You just didn't have to face my direction when you turn around. Because like I said, if he's standing, I'm to his left. You didn't need no West Coast connection. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't have to turn this way. You could north, south, east. You had three directions. You know what I'm saying? Technically six. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have northeastern joint, southeastern joint. Oh, that's fine. Nah, but he wouldn't turn. Okay, now you trying to piss me off. I already saw some dude's cheeks out here. Why you then that yo, what dude was still on the scale? So now he facing two men's backs with his meat out.
Yo, these hate kill ass niggas be wildin'.
Yo, short urethra, or what was it? Narrow urethra.
Narrow urethra.
Anyways, I'm sorry, people. I just went on this 20-minute rant because
I'm
my
surprised.
man had his
What's your
meat
problem,
out.
son? It's like, I ain't got no problem. I just wanted to sell you propane and propane accessories.
Oh my God. Oh, he would have got some propane. Professional pain. Yeah. It's the propane I'm delivering. Oh, my mind. Anyways, let's review it, man. Week 8. Takeaways.
Detroit's the best team in the NFC. Jameis Winston is the king of motivational speeches.
Yo, I'm gonna insert it in the YouTube version, but that was crazy, dog. I'm like, that was to be honest, it was not inspiring at all. But he didn't come hard like I thought he was going to. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought he was going. The W joint. I mean, that was trash too, but it was still funny. That joint, it wasn't really funny and it wasn't motivational, but clearly he moved them. They beat the best team in the AFC. Well, next to the Chiefs.
Let me see. It said, let me think. Cincinnati got blown the hell out. I don't know what the hell happened there. And
they need to pay T. Higgins. That's what the hell happened.
And for Tyreek Stevenson.
I think they've lost every game he hasn't played.
Jesus Christ. And Tyreek Stevenson. I just had to say this to you. Don't say a word until the game is over.
He was the dude that hit the Hail Mary?
Yeah, you did you see what he did?
I saw him talking trash before the play was up.
You're talking trash for you to run up to the pile, for you to be the guy to deflect the ball into the hands of Noah Brown. You know, like, that is crazy. Mid play. Yo,
I don't know what that DC and Dan Quinn have done to those defensive backs. They went from the first 3-4 games being the worst defense in football, and now they gave Caleb Williams all he could handle. Dude, I think went 10 of 24. I'm like, damn. Um, you got anything else?
um, they and what's it called? Seattle. The Seattle need to get their shit together because when they were down, they started fighting on the sideline. They started
Saw
fighting.
that.
What's his name? And Aaron Rodgers don't need to be talking about being in dark places. Just because you sat in a closet 2 years ago, don't mean it's like you like that's your.
I mean, clearly he's comfortable in dark places because where the Jets are is a very dark place. Clearly, that's where he like to be. He need to start seeing some light. He need to.
I know, right?
Um. So
Yeah,
here's.
and they said
Go ahead.
that he called out the Jets. Yeah, Rodgers called out Jets. He said we haven't put it together really since the last time we won a game. At
Yo,
this time
and y'all
last
wonder why I hate this guy.
year, at this like that video I sent you this morning. At this time last year, Zach Wilson had them in a better spot. And he's supposed to be a
You,
significantly worse quarterback. You know what?
all right. Here's quick, very quickly on the Jets, and
Right.
then I'll get into my stuff. I said this with every quarterback that's been on the Jets. So Sam Darnold, I was like, how he performed in his last season of college, I don't think that he's a top NFL quarterback like people think he is. And he's, to be honest, I think he's thrown an interception almost every game, even as well as he's been playing with the Vikings.
Mm.
But this is the best Sam Darnold was ever going to be, which is a middle of the road quarterback. So then they get rid of Sam Darnold. I'm sorry. Who was before Sam Darnold? I'm trying to think as
Cousins.
far back as I can. So Mark Sanchez, I thought because he was a 1 year starter and Pete Carroll was like he probably needed another year in college, I wasn't sold on him. And then
Mhm.
I think Ryan Fitzpatrick was after him. Yes, because we missed the playoffs. We missed the playoffs. That was when Brandon Marshall was on the team. We missed the playoffs. Um, we only need to win one game, and I think we lost the last 3 games of the season.
Mhm.
And one game would have clinched us at any point. Literally, oh yeah, every time we lined up 3 different games every time. But anyway, so after that was Ryan Fitzpatrick. He was a career journeyman. Didn't really have a whole lot of faith in him. Then Sam Darnold came along. Like I already said what I said about Sam Darnold. Then we end up drafting Zach Wilson, which I was like, okay, so we get a smaller, less talented, less winning Sam Darnold. So never believed that was going to work. And then anybody who's listened to this podcast over the last 3 years, anybody who's known me prior to the podcast the last decade, knows I do not like front runner Rodgers. And he played an okay game. And it wasn't his fault why the Jets lost ultimately, because the defense is the ones who gave up that final touchdown. But everybody was talking about how much better the Jets were going to be. And I'm like, to be honest, I thought that Zach Wilson was one of the worst quarterbacks in football. But I didn't think Aaron Rodgers elevated the team. And not because of his talent, because of his leadership. The Jets needed a leadership on offense. And I was like, if Nathaniel Hackett is there and Aaron Rodgers is there, it's going to be a disaster. And I literally told my boy Kyle the Jets were going to start 2-5, and we were going to beat the Titans. The only games I saw us winning were the Titans and the Patriots. And that's who we beat. And then we just lost to the Patriots. So I expected us to be 3-5, and now we're 2-6. I said it on my the YouTube Lando Sports Discussions. I was like, with everything the Jets have on paper, it'll be foolish to bet they're under. And I guess I'm the fool. It's just when you don't have leadership, especially on the offensive end, you don't have anything. The coach isn't a leader, the quarterback isn't a leader, and the players, the surrounding players are very young. At least the talented ones are very young, so they haven't developed into leaders yet. That's what the Jets' problem has been. Anyways, my take on week 8. T. Higgins need to get paid. Not because it's like, oh, well, he got hurt, so that's why you don't pay him. Well, like I said, I don't think that they've won a game when he's missed games this season. So there's that. And then going into the season, I had a lot of faith that Anthony Richardson was going to be a much improved passer, and he's worse than he was last season. And I don't. The dude went 10 of 24 last week to follow it up with 10 of 32 this week, and they still almost won the game. Jonathan Taylor is the top 3 running back in football because he carried that team. I don't know what's going on with Houston, but it seems like C.J. Stroud is not as good without Collins. He doesn't play as well. I am glad that Caleb Williams lost because the hype was getting a little too much for me because he beat a couple bad teams. And then you also have the Bills dominating, but I love the fact that the Browns. I was telling you earlier today that actually I had overbet, and then I was just trying to cash out some bets because of how I do things, or cancel bets because of how I do things. And I ended up canceling the Browns to win because it was outside the budget that I set for myself. And they ended up winning. So I'm like, dang, I would have made money on that bet. But I did bet them to cover and everything like that. So it wasn't a total loss. But the Browns played well. And I can't believe that I would ever say the words that Jameis Winston was a better quarterback than Deshaun Watson at any point in my life, even in college when I watched both of them play. Like, I would have never projected Jameis Winston having a better game than like Deshaun Watson. So at least they don't necessarily have the most competent quarterback play, but Deshaun Watson has played like a shell-shocked player all season. Staring at the pass rush, doesn't look downfield. If the pass rush gets through, he's not really even running. well like he used to. He's literally staring down the defender as they're chasing him. So I don't know what trauma he faced. I don't know if he's just seeing the faces of the women he actually traumatized when they like Bobby Boucher. My man hit the water sucks. It really, really sucks. My man was like, baby oil sucks. Anyways, um,
What?
oh man, you like I'll never get massage again. I don't need no baby oil, nothing. But but this this NFL week I enjoyed overall. I'm glad that the Jets are sucking still, even though I'm a Jets fan. And it's because when you have horrible ownership, these are the things that happen. And I just and I'm gonna say this every week we get on this podcast. I don't know who these people were that were on these Instagram posts and stuff like that telling me I was a fake Jets fan because I was telling the truth. But I'm demanding apologies if whoever it was at Duca Debonairness, whoever, all 50, 60 of those people who said I didn't know what I was talking about. I don't want no money. Some of y'all bet me. I don't want no money. I need an apology. And I need to be called Lando Stradamus for the rest of the football season. But let's get into some other stuff. Actually, what's the score on the before we
10.
move on? 10-6, you said?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I might
Oh,
hit that.
Dallas is up 10-6.
Dallas. Nice. I bet them. So I'm moving for that. All right. Sticking on the sports because we don't have all sports today. And this topic, Jalen Brown did an interview with oh shoot. I didn't put that on the what's it called? Oh man. We can I think we might do all sports because this is one I did really want to talk about. Or what time is it?
10:08.
Nah, we'll just do these other two. The relationship one we'll just do next week. We'll stick on sports because those will be a little quicker. Anyways, sorry about that, people. So Jalen Brown did an interview with Stephen A. Smith, and it was a good interview. Stephen A. Smith did highlight the portion we're going to talk about today, which is Jalen Brown pretty much saying like, you know, he had the State Your Source T-shirt, gave one to Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. was like, "Hey, I'm not giving up no source," and he was like, you know, he didn't like that. Not that he wouldn't give up his source. He was like, he get it because of, you know, the if he gave up his sources, he wouldn't be in the position he's in today. And Stephen A. Smith did ask some decent questions that I thought at least in my opinion, where he was like, you know, if somebody is saying XYZ about you, like, why do you feel like they really need your attention and things of that nature? And then he was like, he had a great summer. He had some deals that happened for him over the summer, and this is that and the other. And that's all cool and everything like that, but like I don't understand, like Stephen A. Smith said, if you feel like you're still a marketable person, why does it matter what some guy said? Just like people were saying stuff about him before the draft. Cam Newton comes to mind. Remember when there was somebody saying like how selfish he was and how
Yeah.
much he would, like, everybody was like, oh, they're trying to keep him from being the number one pick. He was still the number one pick and he still became an MVP. You know what I'm
Like,
saying? So it's like those.
because it's like in that draft, Come on, yo. No matter what you said, who was gonna go before Cam Newton?
Yeah, he was such a force. And he ended up being a force in the NFL for a short period of time, but he ended up being a force in the NFL. So it's just like I like if if God got it for you, it don't matter what outside people say. And he should know that he in my opinion, he got two awards he shouldn't have won. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like why are you like why are you so, I don't want to say desperate because I don't think that's the right word, but why are you craving like to check this person? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you don't even know who the person is. And people was like, oh, in the comment sections was like, oh, Stephen A was the source. And it's like, yeah, everybody who's worked in journalism or who understands how journalism works knows that this is kind of a golden standard. Everybody knows you don't give up your sources. Like there's people who've been willing to go to prison to avoid giving their sources up. So you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't understand that. I think that he wasted. I don't want to say he's wasting any time, but um, because he did get publicity. But there was one thing that Shannon Sharp and Molly said I want to address now. I'll shoot it to you. Where Shannon was like, "Look, like people don't, in all intents and purposes, people don't have to do business with you. You don't want to do business with you. You know what I'm saying? Like if they don't feel like you are fit for the, so Molly was like, oh well, he shouldn't be punished for being like outspoken and things of that nature. And he was like, and it's just like, what do you mean by punished? Let like if they don't want to do business with him, that's not punishment. He just signed a $300 million contract to play basketball. How is he being punished? That's not punishment. That's if I don't want to do business with you, I don't want to do business with you. I don't have to put more money in your pocket just because people think I should. Like as a business owner, you know what I'm saying? So it's like me personally, like I've always been the type of person like if I go to a restaurant and I have a bad experience, I'll pay the money and I'll never go there again. Like, and if it's a chain place, no chain will ever see me. And that's not. People might be like, hey, well, like it's not like they're gonna hurt about it. Yeah, they're probably not gonna hurt about it, and I'm not gonna keep going to that place getting pissed off every time I go there. So I'm not hurt about it. You know what I'm saying? I gave you your money, you called it even. Because what if I complain, they're just gonna give me a gift card so I can come back. I don't want to do that. Give me
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying? If anything, give me a refund. Then I might consider going back because I didn't pay you no money. But they like be like, oh, hey, here's a gift card. Like that doesn't do nothing in my personal opinion. But in conclusion, I don't know why people think that he's being punished. He literally had a shoe deal, got dropped by the shoe company, and hasn't had another deal since. This clearly, they didn't think he was very marketable years before
before any of
this whole
this.
thing came out.
Yeah, and for him to even announce, I think when he said, I think he said if Nike tries to sign him, he's not going to sign with Nike. I think that's what it was. I can't remember.
Yeah. It was. I don't know if it was Nike specifically, but it was. He did say that he wasn't gonna like. He was like telling people who he wasn't gonna sign with. Like, okay,
Yeah, like,
if they offered you something, they you can just turn it down. You don't have to announce that and then isolate yourself.
yeah, yeah. You're looking for the source, like you said. Um, like like you said, what does it do for you to know who the source was? Because like, how does it hurt the source? that said this because, like you said, he got two awards that even I agree. I don't think he deserved either one. Um, it's you you might make the source even more famous for even coming out and stating what he said. And it looks and with how everything is going, it don't seem like the source is wrong.
Yeah, I know
But
like he had gotten some like overseas deal or something like that. Like he's done some good things, but it's just like,
yeah, yeah, it's like instead of looking for this person and wanting to expose this person, how about you do something that how about you do something what they call it? Count your blessings.
mm-hmm,
Because just like that, it can all be taken away.
mm-hmm,
Count your blessings instead of
mm-hmm.
being so furious about somebody, like in the grand scheme of things, should be irrelevant to you.
Because he's a ghost.
It's like
He has no face, no name, no
yeah, it's like
nothing.
you going up here like, yo, you got dudes like Rashad McCann said, oh, you need to name your source. You need to do like everybody on Gil's Arena wants to know who the source is too. Why does it matter to y'all? It's like this when like it does it necessarily matter. There's two things you need to do. Prove that ghost wrong and count your blessings. It's like, but if you're more worried about that, it's like fine by me, but that's my biggest thing. I don't need at the end of the day, why does it matter? Why do you really care who it is that was saying whatever? It was like you're an NBA champion. You just signed a supermax deal. It's like you may repeat. Like in the grand scheme of things, does it matter what this dude said? If the answer is no, keep doing what it is that you're doing now.
Yeah,
Focus on what you gotta do because he's not the first person who said anything bad about you. He's not going to be the last person to say something about you. Like you need to I hate using and it's funny. You remember that Disney movie Meet the Robinsons?
I never watched it.
So at the end of the movie, there was a quote by Walt Disney, but they say the whole quote, but the whole point of the movie was to keep moving forward. That's all you need to do is keep moving forward. Like cut it out. You got all this stuff that you're accomplishing. You worried about a source?
Worry about somebody who said something bad about you that literally has made zero impact on your life.
It's like nigga, you need to prove to people wrong that when you lost that finals, that they kept on saying you can't go left.
And he's done that.
So worry about that. Worry about what you got to do on the court and any of the philanthropy off the court, rather than the person saying, "Oh, he ain't marketable." It's like all this bitching and complaining you doing about that shit. How marketable is that?
Yeah,
It was like keep moving forward. Focus on winning another ring.
yeah.
It was like see yo these new age the, I
Mm.
don't know if is it just me or are folks so offended about everything besides focusing on the goal, the task at hand. That's what bothers me. Focus on the task at hand. Like that dude that said whatever, he's just a fly in your ear. Just swipe that bitch away and keep on doing what you got to do. But what do I know? I just do pest control, right?
Yeah. Um, Yeah, I mean, shout. Like I said, he's made a lot of money. He's making a lot of money. You know, I don't understand why this is something that he felt like because apparently Stephen A was like they were gonna talk about that, but he wanted that to be the first thing they talked about, and it was just like, all right, well, yeah, and I understand why he wanted to because it could you don't know that Stephen A, even though you believe Stephen A would, you don't know for sure that he would. So it's like, no, let me so he can control some of it. Let's just get this out of the way. So I'm with that. But overall, I think it was about 20 minutes of the interview. That portion of it was a waste. Like if
He
he
spoke about that
plans
one
on doing,
20 minutes.
huh?
He spoke about that one thing for 20 minutes.
I might be exaggerating the time, but it was an extended period of time. It was a long time. It was between 12 to 20 minutes. I do remember seeing a two when I saw the clip of that portion of it. Then I ended up watching the whole thing. But yeah. So if I were him, for the philanthropy that he was doing, using his money and resources to build affordable homes for the impoverished. I think that should have been the thing that he led with, because that like that's your purpose, not a ghost that doesn't exist or as far as we know don't exist. Um, and like I said, even when like with the whole backlash that Stephen A. Smith got about it, it's like, oh well, why did he have to say that if he wasn't trying to start anything? It's just like, but Stephen A. Said he didn't agree with the person, and he said nothing but good things about Jalen Brown. So I don't know why I would think that he intentionally said that so he can bring down Jalen Brown. But anyways, last thing we're gonna go into here is Zero loves sending me lists or telling me about lists, and I like lists. I really do. I love them, to be honest. Sometimes, or last year I was doing a whole thing called Lando's list. Um, so I'm gonna start that back up again. I just don't know exactly when, but it was greatest NBA teams if all players were in their prime. And it's so just to give y'all for who those who are listening, and we can post this in our group as well. So join the group if you want to see it. Um, it was pretty much a season and the players if they were on their prime that was in for that season. So I'm gonna read them off the teams and what they have as their predicted record. Then we'll go back over it. Um, I'm not sure if I want to do every single team, but but at number 10 was the 17-18 Cavaliers with Derrick Rose, Isaiah Thomas, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Kevin Love. Oh, you said they had a. You said they had a. I thought you said they had an 8 out of 10 on defense. It's a 6 out of 10 here.
What was it, 6?
Yeah, I might have misheard you, but maybe I was thinking about what you said about shooting. But anyways, 6 out of 10 predicted record, 71-11. I don't know how they come up with that number, but they do. 12-13 Lakers, Nash, Kobe, Ron Artest, Gasol, and Dwight Howard. Oh, I'm like, what? I saw Jody Meeks under Dwight Howard's name. I'm like, Jody Meeks didn't play. But anyways, some of these people I don't necessarily recognize uh, from their picture alone. They don't have their name on there. Some of the older ones. But the 85-86 Celtics, which wasn't that considered like the greatest team ever?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's one like the great single seat. So I don't know why they needed to do this, but I think they won 60. I think they won 65 games or something. So I guess all of them in their prime would have gave them one extra win. or 6 extra wins. I don't know, but anyways, um, I think that's Dennis Johnson,
It's Dennis Johnson.
um, Danny Ainge. This team got way too many Caucasian players for me to believe they would have won 71 games. Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Bill Walton. The Sixers
What's wrong
looks
with
like Mo Cheeks. No, that's not Mo Cheeks. I don't know who the point guard is. It might be Mo Cheeks. Um, Dr. J, round mound to rebound, Bob McAdoo, and Moses Malone. That's the 86 76ers. The 22 Lakers got Westbrook, Melo, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard. Again, I'm the players I'm listing, they're all in their prime. Okay. We're halfway through. Warriors, Steph, Clay, KD. This is the 19 Warriors. Steph, Clay, KD, Draymond, and Boogie, DeMarcus Cousins. 21 Nets, Kyrie, Harden, KD, Blake, and DeAndre Jordan. Number 3, you have this was the team that had the record for most wins in a season before the Bulls broke it with 69-13, but for some reason they needed to put this team on there. But you got Jerry West. I don't know who the shooting guard is. Elgin Baylor, Bob McAdoo, Wilt Chamberlain. Number 2 is the 04 Lakers with Gary Payton, Kobe, Rick Fox, Karl Malone, and Shaq. Number 1 is the 11 Celtics that have Rondo, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, KG, and Orlando Magic Shaq, which I don't know if they were all supposed to be in their primes. I don't know why all the other teams had Lakers Shaq, but this one has Orlando Shaq because I would say prime Shaq was Lakers Shaq. But
Oh, the going to the 71-72 Lakers.
yeah,
I think the shooting guard would be Gail Goodrich.
oh, I've never seen him. I've never seen his face, so that's why I didn't recognize him. I've heard great things about him and I've read about him, but I never actually seen him. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Uh, so the rankings are based off of predicted record. Um, in all right. If you want to go through every team, we can. I was
I
gonna
don't.
say the team. You didn't have to say it that fast, though. I'm going to say though, the team that I believe would be the best. I don't think they're very far off with the 11 Celtics, but the team that I believe would be the best would be the 19 Warriors. Like they were a 65 plus or 65 win team. The defensively, they gave him a 7 out of 10 on defense. I don't know why they gave him 7 out of 10 on defense because this was Iguodala in his prime as a defensive player. Draymond is still an elite defensive player, even in his advanced age. Klay Thompson was a fantastic defensive player. Kevin Durant, I don't think he was ever a great one-on-one defensive player, but he was a solid team defensive player. Boogie Cousins is the if it wasn't for injury, he'd be clearly the best center since Dwight Howard. Center, I don't think because no, you could Jokic again. People, I think Jokic is a great player. I just don't give guys who don't play good defense or give any effort on defense a lot of credit. So I don't. I've never put him over Joel Embiid. I get as far as like just them as a player. As far as greatness and stuff is concerned, he's been more durable. So of course, I wouldn't knock anybody who's like they'll take Jokic over um, Embiid. I'm just not a part of that camp. But I do believe that prime Boogie Cousins is as good as or better than them. So he was versatile. Man, he was getting the triple doubles when it was him and Anthony Davis playing together. He was the one who was playing like point center. So he had better ball handling and all that. So they're number 5. I don't know how number 4 is the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, I guess I don't know what was the tiebreaker between the two of them, but I don't see how a team that has Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan offensively is better, because the only offensive weakness that is on the Warriors would be Draymond, which who cares? And that's just scoring the ball, because if they're facilitating it like they do through him, that's a completely different team. But I would say that Celtics team is number 2, because I think Rondo and his poor shooting is a bigger weakness than Draymond and his poor shooting, because of the positions that they play. And also, like, if you get into free throw issues, Rondo is not a good free throw shooter either. So, you don't really want the ball in his hands in those tight game situations. But that, and I guess the last thing I would say is the LeBron team. I don't know how they got that. That team is the thing that they got right. That team is by far the worst team, in my opinion. Like, they're 11th out of 10, or they're 11th out of 9. I'm just believing that there could have been a better team that they put in at number 10. But I don't know how they came up with that stuff. And now they have reserves too, so the reserves might have something to do with it as well. But there's no they had them a 8 out of 10 in shooting. They have no elite shooters on there, so I don't know how they don't even have any good shooters on there. So I don't know how they're 8 out of 10 for shooting. So like Kevin Love was a serviceable stretch big, but Kevin Love was no Dirk as a stretch big. You know what I'm saying? Like, on the perimeter, could take you off the dribble or anything like that. He's a catch and shoot guy. So Isaiah Thomas, they're heavily undersized. Not even just Isaiah Thomas, Derrick Rose and Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade playing the 3 at 6'4". Even as athletic as he was, very good shot blocker. I think he's all-time leader in block shots for shooting guards. It's not. Isaiah Thomas ruins the team for me, to be honest. And then, like I said, none of them were great three-point shooters, so I don't know how the spacing works. If you're playing maybe 90s basketball rules, maybe that'll work. But no, because Isaiah Thomas, people might talk about his size and comparing to Muggsy Bogues. Muggsy Bogues was like one of the best on-ball defenders in basketball in this time. Isaiah Thomas was not a guy who was guarding anybody. He couldn't guard it. He couldn't guard an empty parking lot. So, yeah. So that's my take on
it. Right. So I think I do think they got it right with team number 1, for me anyway. Well, I think they need to change the Shack. I think
Agreed. Yeah, I don't know why they put. I'm wondering it's because they didn't want to repeat a Shaq. Because I just looked through it again, and it's only Lakers Shaq, or there's only 2 teams with Shaq, and one is Lakers and one is Orlando.
but I don't think it really. I don't think it even
But I
should
don't
matter.
think it should have mattered though, because they said it in their prime.
Yeah, so you should have changed this. So Lakers Shaq more so than Magic Shaq. I would. That's who I would switch it with. Um, um, what's it called? Yeah, I got the same problem with team number 12 in um yeah, like what's it called? Yeah, Isaiah Thomas on defense, definitely not. It's like he couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, um, yeah, two out of your five, your starting five are is your defense because your J.R. Smith, Kyle Korver are two of your reserves. Yeah, I'm good on that. Um, yeah, the 85-86 Celtics was like the only thing you did was switch the center.
Which I don't know why you need to, because they I think they won 67 games that
Yeah, and I think they only lost one game at
year. At
home.
home. Yeah, they
The
went 40-1 at home.
Yeah, so it's like the only thing you did was switch the center. And I don't know what so I would say Bill Walton in his prime was
Yeah, they
when they
went
won.
67-15.
Yeah, I think Bill Walton's prime was the I think the year they won the championship, and he was still injury prone. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah. So
just
but
keep Harris.
Robert Parrish still playing all the games.
Like what's it called? Just keep it the way that it was. Like I get Dennis Johnson, you said because I think they said Dennis Johnson is prime with the Supersonics because I believe he won a ring with the Supersonics in the 70s. I don't know if that was really his prime years, but because I don't know how many years he was in the league before he went to the Celtics. All I know is that all I know is that you basically are the 85-86 Celtics. All you did was give them just change who was starting at center. And the dude was still injury prone, whether or not it was Blazers Walton or Celtics Walton. I'm just saying. And but I would say, but I do agree that I think you said the
He was
2018
finals MVP in 79, Dennis Johnson.
he was final. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it was the 70s, so
Yeah. Yeah.
it wasn't. They probably would have gave the referee the MVP if he. He's like he
Yeah.
never
I
missed
think
the
there was one
ball.
year Kareem, I think he missed the playoffs, or he was an 8 seed and they gave him MVP. It was like, anyways.
Yeah, and the fact that the fact that damn near half the list are Laker teams is ridiculous to me. But I think so. I think the reason why they have these records up here, it seems to me like this was they took 2K and they put the best player put the player with the best overall from a different team onto this team and ran a simulation, and that's how they got the records. Because to assume that these teams are going to be winning over every last one of these teams is going to be winning over 70 games. Like, I don't see, like, that's the only explanation that I could actually give at this juncture because it's like the only with the 85-86 Celtics, like I said, you only changed who was starting at the center position. That made them is 68, 69, 70, 71. That made them 4 wins better. So that was that was my thing. It's like I really do believe that they compiled these teams using 2K and they ran a simulation because it was probably their best overalls. And they just ran a simulation, and that's where they got the record from. Because you changed Bill Walton and what's his name? Like I was saying, Bill Walton and Robert Parrish, they're 4 games better.
Yeah,
5
yeah.
games.
To be honest, and that was Bill Walton. That was the most games he ever played that season. He played like I want to say he played either 78 or 80 games, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so yeah, like that. To be honest, you could probably say that was him at his best.
Yeah, he was coming off the bench too.
Yeah, that, you because of the longevity. He probably wasn't the same player like athletically, but that was
Yeah.
probably his best. No, he didn't win MVP the year he won this champion. I don't know. Well, no, because when you look at his numbers, it wasn't nothing impressive. I don't think.
Yeah,
Let me
and
see.
he only played like 58 games the year he won MVP.
I hope that's not the truth, but it's gonna
Nah,
make me.
yeah,
It's gonna
I'm
make me
telling
angry if he did,
you,
bro. I'm
I
about to look it
think
up.
it's 58.
If he played 58 games in 1978, I'm gonna be livid.
It's time to be angry.
All right, hold on. All right, so he won the championship, and then he won the what's it called the year after the MVP the year after. Okay, hold on. Professional. I need his stats, career stats. Okay, boom. People, look at my face. I'm sorry. Hold on. I need to keep talking because we're on Zoom. It's gonna go back to zero. I just need y'all just. All right, you ain't got to mute yourself anymore, Zero. I think they've seen it now. And you want to know the funny thing is, I think I'm the one who told you that stat years ago,
he
and I
played
completely forgot.
he played 58 games and won MVP.
You know, keep getting them checks, Bill. Keep getting them checks.
Well, he can't. He passed away.
I mean, like then.
Yeah, that is hilarious. I think this 71 70. Wasn't it 71 72 Lakers that won
69.
69?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why they felt like they needed to change anything. These teams were teams that why were I guess the '96 Bulls. They're like they were that damn good. They didn't need to change anything.
Yeah, what's the point of
But
changing it? They're
but
gonna have
no, because if you put prime Ron Harper,
yes.
who could give you 25 a game,
But
they go
and
undefeated.
hey, but who would be the center?
I mean, it would still be whoever the center was. Who is it? Uh, Luke
You would have
Longley.
me or Cartwright.
No, I don't think Cartwright was on that team. These were people that were actually on the roster.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, actually on the roster. My fault.
'Cause I think the greatest, technically the greatest center of in Bulls history, you either Artis Gilmore or Joe Kim Noah. It's not like those are much better options.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, but
actually, Joe Kim Noah is
he
a
did
far
have to
better
be on
option
the
than Luke
team.
Longley. I think Luke Longley's career high in rebounds is like 6 a game.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, yo, Dennis Rodman had to be stat padding because that don't make no sense. That don't make no damn sense. Hold on, I'm about to find out. Oh, his career average was 4.9.
Oh Jesus. How are you fucking 7'2"? Oh, 7 feet 2 inches, 7.2 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 1.5 assists per game.
Uh,
In
let's
his
see.
best year,
Yeah, career high in rebounds, he was 5.9.
oh
So yeah,
Jesus.
6 rebounds, like I said. It's funnier when you see it.
No, hold on. How many games did he play for? Because they have him. What the hell is Minnesota? Did he play for the Timberwolves?
Yeah, he was drafted as Timberwolves.
Okay, because um, yeah, technically, because 5.9 rounded up to 6. I think it was his final year in Minnesota. He averaged 6 rebounds.
Well, he averaged 6 with Minnesota, but he averaged 5.5 for the season
Oh Jesus.
because that's when he got dealt to. No, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, it
yeah.
says it right here, 5.7. I was trying to do the math. Yeah, it says 5.7. Two teams, 5.7 rebounds.
All right.
So yeah. So no, yeah. So there you go. They don't make no damn sense.
No.
That's all I have on that though. I don't have anything else to add.
Me
You
either.
got anything? Okay, bet. All right, let's wrap this episode up. Um to be honest, for I did have brief takes on week 8. I didn't watch a single second of live football because I was out most of the day. I had to go to Apple and stuff like that. So everything I just told y'all, I'm usually lot more thorough about this and watching the games and stuff like that. But everything I just told y'all came from the NFL.com five, full game in 5 minutes. I like film. So that's what I got from it. I do apologize for those who wanted maybe a more in-depth breakdown. Probably don't, but that's all I can give y'all today. I was busy. Sorry. Anyways, Zero, what's your partner shot?
My part in shot is I want to know how defenses were back in the late '80s because I was remember that
What
NFL
sport?
history.
Okay, NFL. Okay, uses a
So,
defense. Okay.
so NFL historic. They were talking about crazy stat lines in NCAA history. Andre Ware, October 21st, 1989, had 517 passing yards and 6 touchdowns in the first half.
Oh, jeez.
I don't
Good
think he played the
lord.
rest of the game because it was just that is fucking
Dang.
ridiculous.
Dang.
Like you got because it's just crazy stat line. So they got what's his name? Patrick Mahomes had 734 passing yards, 85 rushing yards, and 7 touchdowns. It's like, yo, Was there anybody else playing? Were you throwing it to like
How was he not the first overall pick when you had a game like that?
because he played for Texas Tech?
Was that a thing back then?
Yes, that was
Is that
actually a
still
thing.
the thing? No, because
Yeah,
like what's it called one time, Miami, Ohio. So I wasn't sure if like they were still dinging teams for. Oh, you know what? Because that air raid, they don't know if you a product of the offense
yes.
or if you that good. Okay, yeah, now that makes sense. And in all honesty, that air raid offense has not produced anybody outside of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, because Sam Harrell, or I think it was his name was Sam. Yeah, anybody from Texas Tech.
Yeah,
Any from Texas Tech, Hawaii.
yeah, no, yeah, because Marcus Mariota, as you see,
Yeah, like a lot of Oregon quarterbacks. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
because the one good Oregon quarterback, I'm tripping. Marcus Mariota played for Oregon. He's from Hawaii.
yeah.
Only decent Oregon quarterback is Herbert,
Yeah.
but I'm sorry, did I cut you
I
off or
don't
you
know.
good?
That was it. That
Okay,
was it.
yeah, yeah, 80s defenses. Y'all gotta let us know what's going on in college. My parting shot is I would declare myself an anime fan, but I'm more of a manga fan. But this particular anime doesn't have a manga. And I was watching it today. Zero betrayed me and didn't tell me this is on Hulu. Gundam
Absolutely.
Wing. And I don't know why he didn't, because even he was a bigger Gundam fan than I am. But I was still a Gundam fan. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know why he wouldn't just be like, hey, like, if you ever want to see, because when I told him, hey, you got Amazon Prime, they got Street Fighter 2, the animated movie up there. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, he forgot that I like animes too, specifically Gundam. But I just want to know. My part shot is, what did Hito do to get the attention he got from Raylina day one? She was obsessed with dude from the moment she laid eyes on him. And he threatened to kill her. Then it
And
was
she
even about to take a shot at her. If it
and
wasn't
she
the
said
duo saving her.
and she said yes.
She even tied him up, like bandaged him up. So anybody out there who's a single man right now, if Hito could get a girl and he don't even have to talk to the chick and threaten to kill her and even attempt to kill her, don't lose hope.
And it's so funny. He said it in front of everybody.
But it was like nobody heard him.
No, but no, it's I know, but it's like he said it. It's so funny because
He ripped up the invitation in a
I
freeze.
don't even know how he ripped it. He just had his hands in positions. Like they didn't even
It's
animate.
90s animation. You don't know.
They didn't even animate him ripping. He was just like
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
And and why did all the girls applaud her handing him an invitation? Like, what the hell is
Bruh,
going
this Gundam Wing. I hope me watching this doesn't ruin it for me, like me rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh has. Um, which I got 40 more episodes till I finish all of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh
40
Jesus.
more episodes.
I just started that over. I'm on episode 11.
Okay, yeah, you got a ways to go.
Princess
But
Ghost.
I'm seeing some ridiculousness already in this Gundam way. I didn't like. I didn't realize, like, I knew she was like in love with him, but I didn't know it was like that. It's like she even like used her dad's military connections to get into the facility that they were holding him captive in. Like, what? Just to see him. She remind me. She is nothing about God, but you ever heard this song "For Your Glory"? It's a gospel song, and it's like, and the song is like, "For Your glory, I will do anything just to see you, to behold you as my king. I want to be where you are." Like, that's how she was treating Hito, yo. For you, I'll do anything just to see you and behold you.
What in the world?
I was like, yo, this is madness, man. Anyways, that's my parting shot. Don't give up hope, fellas. There's a girl out there for you because Hito didn't even have to talk to the chick. Out, the only thing he did to her was give her death threats,
he,
and she
he
was
said
still on the knee.
he said, "Bitch died." She said, "I'm so hot for you."
Didn't he kill her dad?
Yes. Oh, she got extra wet when that shit happened.
Yeah, I think, or no, it wasn't that. I don't think he intended to, or something like that. It was. I'm about to watch it. I'm about to watch it here, but I don't think. I think he was trying to kill somebody. He was fighting somebody, and they call it stray or something, if I'm
Yeah, I
not
can't.
mistaken. But yeah. So Yu-Gi-Oh and Gundam Wing are on the list right now of the animes I need to watch. And if anybody wants to know what mangas I'm reading, Zom 100 and Mission Yozakura Family. That's on Hulu as well. It's actually pretty funny. The anime's on Hulu, but I'm on the manga. And Kaiju number 8. Those are the newest ones I'm reading. Newest ones I'm reading. Anyways, not anybody cares. But that's it for us. We love y'all. We'll see you next week.